Welcome back to another vlog, you guys. It is currently 1:22 and I just decided to get myself ready for the day just because I have been looking a little crusty dusty the last couple days. Yesterday I felt the same exact way and I decided to get ready. I felt so much better after. I feel like for sure when you look good you feel good, but I feel like if you're a stay-at-home mom then you know exactly how I feel. I told myself just because I stay home doesn't mean I don't have to get ready. A lot of the times I'm like, oh, I don't want to just like waste my makeup or waste this or waste. Who gives a fuck? Literally get yourself ready for you. But anyways, you guys, it has been a while since I just sat here and like talked to you guys. I started getting ready. I did my hair ready and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna turn on the vlog and just chit chat with you guys. Gonna update you guys with honestly whatever the fuck I want. I'm gonna say if I talk about anything personal in my life, whether it has to do with my family, my kids, or baby daddy or baby mama's stuff, like literally anything. If you guys do not like it, please click off. You guys do not have to stay here, but I am just gonna vent and talk to you guys about whatever the f I want when I want, because I can. You guys know that me and my sister used to have like little sister series and talk our shit and say whatever the hell we wanted, and I feel like with people's comments I kind of like stayed away from like just talking about anything or anyone. But now I just don't give a fuck, you guys. I'm not saying this in any malicious way, but just updating you guys on my motherfucking life. That's what you guys are here for. But anyways, you guys, a long story short, this year, or actually the past year, you guys know, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen in like the vlogs and stuff, that like the boys as in Evan and Chubbs have been staying with us a lot more. Obviously when I left their dad in 2019, we had a schedule of him having them like Friday through Sunday, which is pretty much every weekend. So yeah, we've always had like this whole little system. But you guys, this past year, for those of you guys who know, I have talked about it a little bit on my channel about how like the boys' dad started a family and he now has a girlfriend, which I'm so happy for them. With that being said, the past year he just hasn't really been as present with the boys, which we've kind of just like let it slide and let it slide and let it slide, because obviously like the boys also love being here, so they would 100% choose to stay here rather than go over there. But I felt like the inconsistency was very much like unhealthy for not only the boys. I feel like it was low-key just super unfair all around. Obviously as a mom I would love to keep them 100% of the time, but just like him picking and choosing, or just like wanting to get the kids whenever he felt like, just having a very inconsistent schedule was just not flying with me anymore. Especially just because like the last year I was like, okay, like his girlfriend's going through like pregnancy, she's going through postpartum, like let me just keep the kids, let me not say anything. Or like whenever the boys didn't want to go for certain reasons, I would always be like, oh well, she's probably just going through this or going through that. Long story short, you guys, I just pretty much always made excuse after excuse after excuse. And I feel like even me, I have very much like always tried, obviously been very much like respectful and kept boundaries and never like overstepped at all, because I know how it feels to have someone overstepping in our relationship, like when me and my husband got together. So that was the last thing I wanted. So I was just always very much like respectful and stayed in my motherfucking place. But you guys, when I tell you, after a while you just can't keep making excuses for like shitty people. And I don't really like come on here and obviously ever spill tea like this anymore, which it feels like a very much necessary venting session. I do want to say something happened last month. It just kind of made me realize that, Karyna, sometimes you just need to take a step back, let things be what they are, and kind of just like don't force things. Because anyone who knows me, like literally anyone, my mom, my husband, my sister, even some of my cousins, like they know how much I've tried to just be like so cool and cordial and never like be that baby mama. And if anything, like always invite them to be like, okay, like there's a birthday party, or like just be very much like cordial and have a really good co-parenting relationship. And you can't be the only motherfucking one for that to work. So I kind of just had to like realize it'll never be like that. I'm pretty sure those of you guys who seen my video a couple months back of us buying their new baby girl like a gift and stuff, they didn't accept it, which 100% is their decision and I respect it. But I feel like after that it kind of just was like, okay girl, like you need to stop. It's never gonna be like the way that you want. Even though like I always prayed for that, I kind of sat with myself last week because you guys know my brother did graduate, and I was like, girl, like, you've never even had a conversation with the boy's dad's girlfriend. Like, why don't you just say something, like, in a very much like nice and respectful way? I've never even met her, you guys, so that's why, like, me knowing that she doesn't like me, and before you guys say like, oh, how do you know that she doesn't like you, trust me, there's been a little birdie or 2 or 3 that have told me. Really don't understand, but I respect it. Just because I obviously don't understand on the aspect of like, I've never done anything to her, I've never even had a conversation with her, like, unless he's painting a narrative that like I'm a certain person, or that like just anything. Honestly, one bad thing you feed your girlfriend can like literally make them hate your baby mama, and I feel like that was definitely the case. But like I was saying, last week my brother did graduate. He actually picked him up that day that my brother graduated at my mom's house. I was like, you know what, like, let me go outside to meet her, because obviously I have never met her in person. I have never had a conversation with her, literally anything, you guys. And for some people, you guys would probably be like, oh my god, you're overstepping, like, you should have never done that, and blah blah blah. Wanting to meet her for a long time now. They already have a kid together, so like, we're all locked in, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be the boy's mom forever, she's obviously gonna be their daughter's mom forever, and they're a family. Like, all I want is for us to be like on good terms. That's supposed to be someone that's like also raising my kids while I'm not around. I mean, the few times this year that they've even picked them up, but you guys know what I'm saying. But yeah, in my head, I'm just like, I just felt like it was right for me to like go outside and introduce myself. And let me just say, you guys, people who already have their mind set about you, it's so hard to even like make them change their mind, which is okay. So anyways, you guys, the boy's dad had came, and I never ever, when I tell you, I never go outside when he picks up the kids, which is very rarely. I think this whole year he's picked up the kids like once himself, and then last year probably another 1 or 2 times. But even earlier this year when he picked them up at my house, like, I didn't even open the door, but I just kind of cracked it, and then I called the boys, and like the boys came out and stuff. But like, I don't ever go outside. So this time I was like, perfect, like, I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna introduce myself. Like, if anything, I don't really know how her mind works, and I don't know like what conversations they've had on their end. So I was like, let me just go talk to her directly. That's what I did, you guys. I went to the passenger side. I didn't even like acknowledge the boy's dad. I just kind of like went up to her window, and right away she rolled it down. And when I tell you guys, the energy, like, completely, they were staring at me like, what the fuck is this bitch doing right now? But yeah, guys, she rolled down her window, and I was just like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, like, I'm the boy's mom, I've been wanting to meet you for a while now. And she's like, oh, hi, my name is blah blah, which we like shook hands and stuff. And then I was like, oh my god, and congratulations on your baby girl, like, she's so beautiful. And then like her other daughter was like staring at me through the back and stuff. I was just talking to her, pretty much telling her that like, if she ever needs me, or if she ever needs to like reach out to me, if you want to get my number directly through his phone and reach out to me for anything. Like, I was definitely leaning more like just speaking to her directly. And I'm not gonna lie, you guys, she was very standoffish. She was very much like like, she just didn't want to hear anything that I was saying, which is fine, you guys. Like I said, I respect like how she feels and stuff. But the whole time I just felt like the boy's dad was staring at me, and he was so fucking pissed. He was looking at me like he was looking at me so fucking mad. He was like, I was like, but yeah, you guys, I pretty much just introduced myself very respectfully, and I just want her to know that like, girl, I'm not here to have problems with you or anybody. Like, I very much like have always wanted to like speak to her directly. She's never really obviously came to get the boys, or like had that relationship to where I can like talk to her. Long story short, you guys, I have never really seen her, so I feel like that was my chance to just like kind of introduce myself. And again, before anybody has anything to say, my husband knew the boy's dad way before we even got together. And so when me and my husband did get together, the boy's dad was always at my house. Like, they were always like drinking together, smoking. Like, we very much had like a really good co-parent. So yeah, guys, I just felt like it was right, just because time has passed, and all I want is for them to obviously be good to the boys, be very present with the boys. Never wanted to be like the reason why she felt some type of way towards me. But going forward, like truthfully, if she does feel any type of way, then that's completely on her. When I left there, I was just like, oh, it was nice to meet you, and I was like, you guys have fun this weekend, and that was it. It was very fast. I felt like my mom heart definitely needed that for some time, especially just like with so many things that go on behind the scenes that obviously I don't talk to you guys about, are obviously like very personal, but I just felt like it was needed, and it was very much on some good energy, as very respectful. And yeah, I feel like life's just too short to be like bitter towards anyone, especially if they have never done anything to you, especially if there's kids involved. Like, there could be so many beautiful memories made and just like a really good childhood made on both ends if people were just like mature and grown enough to understand that like it's not about how you feel or I feel or they feel or whatever. It's truly just about the kids. And I feel like a lot of people don't really understand that. You guys know I've spoken about like my husband's baby mama, and even with her, you guys, I have always tried to like invite her when we first started talking and include her and like obviously welcome her to my home. That didn't work out how we wanted to, which is fine, but there's respect on both ends now. And honestly, you guys, that's how it should be. If you guys can't like full on get together and like hang out and co-parent that way, I feel like as long as there's respect, everyone's cordial, and nobody lets the kids feel like anything. At the end of the day, like as a parent or a step parent, your feelings don't matter when there's kids involved, you know what I mean? I just now understand that like not everyone has like the same heart or mindset or like wants as you, and that's totally fine. But it just felt really good, you guys. And like I said, I don't really talk about stuff like this, but you guys, this is my channel to just be able to vent, and it felt really motherfucking good. I am ready now. I'm actually gonna go fix my nail. I was doing laundry yesterday or on Sunday, and I completely broke off my nail, so we're gonna go get it fixed. My cousin did tell me that I can go stop by after her appointment this morning, so I'm gonna head over there. I am in the car now. I'm trying to make sure my camera doesn't shake too much just because the tripod feels like kind of loose, but I'm on the way to my cousin's house. I also did want to say one quick thing before still speaking on like the situation or whatever. Before anyone says like, oh, why do you care, why do you even try, and all this stuff, when like they've made it very known that like they don't like you, or even there's the whole situation that happened with the gift. I just want to say that I grew up with my parents like absolutely hating each other, especially like my dad not liking my mom. So I never wanted that for my kids. I never wanted their childhood to be anything like mine and Bree's was. And I feel like everyone knows that, especially like even the boys' dad and like their grandma and grandpa and stuff, is that I always tried to make sure that everything was very much like cordial and peaceful. And for a while it just obviously hasn't, and I came to terms and peace with it now, because obviously I even prayed about it so much that like obviously it's in God's hands. Whatever happened, and if the situation or like the circumstances are different now, I'm okay with that. But that's why I'm able to talk about it now, because I obviously have peace with it. Before I was very much like confused, why, but now genuinely, you guys, I just don't care anymore to stress about it, and I just have like peace, and just honestly peace. Like I just feel good. Long story short, I just have like a lot of peace and clarity, and I don't feel that like sadness or like what ifs or like whatever, because who knows, maybe the future has something else in store for us, and like our future will look different, and hopefully we will be friends, me still being delusional. Hopefully things will be different in the future, but if not, I just know that I have peace, and God gave me that like even strength to be able to talk to her, and I feel good, super at peace with my life. And honestly, I wish them nothing but the best and a lot of love and just peace in their life as well. But yeah, anyways, you guys, it is currently 1:54. Kids are officially on spring break, and I already know that I'm gonna be going motherfucking crazy this summer with all the kids, just because there's 3 boys. You guys know they're all a year and a half apart, and it can get pretty crazy in my house, especially with like baby girl being a toddler and like obviously requiring like a lot of attention and stuff. So it just gets super overwhelming. But honestly, I'm super excited for like no more morning routines, to just be able to stay home or go out and do stuff with the kids, which I'm definitely already figuring out what we're gonna do. Yeah, as much as there's craziness, I'm just super excited to not have to do like the whole back and forth like school routines and just get a little break from that, at least for the 2.5 months. My husband actually did call off of work today. He is at home with all of the kids, so that's why I'm taking a little like mom break. I wasn't gonna go fix my nail because I was like, girl, it's a nail, like it's totally fine. I don't think I've actually ever went to go fix a nail if I broke one, but I just got them done last week. I don't have another appointment for another couple weeks, so I was like, no, let me go fix it. Babe's off of work. But you guys, I'm gonna play some music. I will update you guys as soon as I leave at my cousin's house. Yeah, baby, there's a order outside for groceries. Can you and your brother bring them in, please?
Yeah, I'm taking
a dookie. Okay, well, don't take too long, okay, because it's hot outside. Okay, baby, I love you. Okay, guys, just got my nail fixed. I feel so much better. I'm gonna run to the bank before I head home, and I actually did buy all the ingredients and stuff to make a sopa toscana. I don't even know if I ever say that right, but I already bought everything, so I'm gonna make that for dinner later. It's currently 2:41. I think I'm gonna go live with you guys later, as long as like babe is good, because he has low-key been going through it. If you guys know my husband, he literally never calls out of work, let alone like ever really gets sick. So I feel like this time, since he did get sick, he's been like down bad, and his body has been like really going through it for the last 2 days. So I feel really bad. It's just been non-freaking stop. And then my sister was telling me that she got sick again, so I just feel like it's been like a whole freaking cycle. I'm just praying that I don't catch it again, because it's been literally one kid after the other. The only one that hasn't gotten sick is Elijah, and I'm just praying that he doesn't get it or catch anything, because for the past like 3 weeks it's just been like one after the other. But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna make my husband's favorite soup. He actually did request it. I told him yesterday, I was like, what kind of soup do you want? And this is like my husband's favorite soup ever, so I'm gonna make it for him later. It's actually 8:08. It is much later. I was actually on live for how long, babe?
Like 4 hours.
You guys, an embarrassing amount of time.
Embarrassing. Why? Because you're on there for too long?
Yeah, I feel like I was on there for a long time. I was on live for almost 4 hours, and it was so much fun. I felt like I was able to like interact and chill, and I also had like a couple buzz balls with you guys, and it was just a motherfucking vibe. But I made some sopa toscana. I didn't film it or anything, but it came out super bomb, or what, babe?
Yeah, I thought it was fire.
Yeah, it came out super bomb. How do you feel?
I felt a little better than I did earlier.
A little bit better than he did earlier, but I just feel bad because he's saying that he has to go back to work tomorrow. Are you sure? Hmm?
Yeah. There's no way I would have missed 3 days of work.
Today's only one day, pretty much. Good night, motherfuckers.